John here from Bootcamp.com, and in today's video I'm going to be walking you through this dissection, and we're going to be answering this question. This question is asking, what is the function of this muscle? So which muscle are we looking at? Well, we're looking at this muscle right here, and you can see it's kind of been reflected and cut away and pulled off to the side. So we're going to be breaking this dissection down. Starting off first, what are we even looking at? Well, we're looking at a dissection of the posterior thigh in the gluteal region. So this right here, this is going to be the midline. This is where we'd have our lumbar vertebrae, we'd have our sacrum down here, and then this would be our iliac crest right here. And then you can see we have our femur as it's passing downwards. We have all of our posterior leg muscles coming and inserting around it. So we have this muscle right here. And this muscle actually originates along the iliac crest as well as a portion of the sacrum. So we've cut along this origin point and we've reflected it laterally. Now, if we were to draw this muscle still intact, it would look something like this, where it'd be quite a large muscle and the fibers would be running in a sort of medial to lateral direction, as well as superior to inferior. So you can see they're kind of diagonal. This will give some indication for the function of this muscle. And if you're not sure what muscle this is yet, this is going to be our gluteus maximus. So this large muscle right here, this would be the gluteus maximus. We'd also have our gluteus medius right here. If we reflected that, we have our gluteus minimus found under that. And then as we come down the leg, we're going to have our biceps femoris, as well as our semitendinosus and semimembranosus. So going back to the posterior gluteal region, so we know that this is going to be our gluteus maximus. We know that the directions kind of run in a diagonal direction, like so. So what will be the function of this muscle? Let's go through our options. So we're going to have flexion and medial rotation of the thigh. Well, is it really going to flex the thigh? It's found on the posterior aspect, and when it contracts, it's going to push the leg backward, so it's going to extend the femur at the thigh. So it's not going to flex, so we can immediately cross this one out. It's also not going to medially rotate. Based on the direction of the fibers, it would make sense if it laterally rotated out. Medial rotation, the fibers would have to be kind of on the anterior aspect of the thigh. So medial rotation would be this way. Choice B, it's going to flex and laterally rotate. Well, we have a lateral rotation of the thigh. That makes sense. Flexion, again, it's not going to flex the thigh. The flexors of the thigh are going to be found on the anterior aspect, on the anterior thigh. Next up, we have choice C. We're going to have extension and medial rotation of the thigh. So we have the extension part. That one's going to be correct, because remember, it's on the posterior aspect. It extends the thigh posteriorly. But medial rotation, this is going to be incorrect. Finally, we have choice D, where it's extension and lateral rotation. So this is going to be the correct answer. Let's lock this in and double check. So extension and lateral rotation of the thigh is the function of the gluteus maximus. And of course, you can watch a video on all the muscles and their functions if you get this question incorrect. So that's it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed that one. Again, this is a platform called Med School Bootcamp. Check it out in the description below. Create a free account, and I will see you all in the next one. Take it easy, guys.